Hello, 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 hello. There's a pile of 1, 2, 3 books behind you. Can you hear the tapping? I'm sharing 3 books that I will be putting into the Little Free Library sometime soon. One of the books is going into the Little Free Library because I'm all done reading it and I don't think that this is a book that I need to hold on to anymore. The other 2 books are advanced readers that just weren't for me. I didn't read them beyond like the first 2 sentences. So, let's see what these books are. Okay. It's the puzzle. It's always the puzzle. The camera puzzle. How about this? Okay. This is the book that I did read. It was really powerful, and I'm going to pass it on to someone who might appreciate it as well. Rebellious Mourning, the collective work of grief, edited by Cindy Milstein. This book is very vibrant in its cover. Rebellious Mourning are the words in black written vertically, but also like horizontally, I guess you could say. Rebellious Mourning. And then in the middle, we have a photo of one of the individuals in the collection that's written about. And the background is bright neon pink with these little dots that make up the cover. And this beautiful book is published by one of my favorite presses, an indie anarchist publisher. And on the back, bright orange. And so this anthology is thick. There's photos and artwork and essays and short pieces by contributing authors, and it was published in 2017. So what would that be? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 8 years ago. And it's all about grief related to social justice endeavors. Some of the contributors include folks like Benji Hart, Claudia Rankin, Lee Sandusky, Syed Hussan, Leanne Bedasamosake Simpson, Kai Chang Tom, and some others. Really, really beautiful book. Grief spanning the present, the past, in the US, Mexico, Palestine, the AIDS epidemic, pandemic, really, really powerful work in this book. And it's not a book, it's like a book that I would love to keep because it's so powerful, but also I don't, my body's like not saying a full yes to keeping it now that I'm done. It's more interested in having someone have access to this wonderful book. There were some things in here that I annotated, took notes on. Talking about conformity, I learned a lot from reading this book. Really powerful. Yeah. Let's read about the book on the back here. Rebellious Mourning. We can bear almost anything when it is worked through collectively. Grief is generally seen as something personal and insular, but when we publicly share loss and pain, we erode the power of the forces that weaken us, while at the same time building the humane social practices that alleviate suffering and improve quality of life for everyone. Facing tragedies from Fukushima to Palestine, incarceration to eviction, aid crises to border crossings, and racism to the word R-A-P-E. The intimate, tenacious writing in this volume shows that mourning can pry open spaces of resistance and reconstruction, empathy, and solidarity. And Cindy Milstein again is the editor. Highly recommend this book, and maybe you'll find it in a little free library near you. Put this back. Okay, the puzzle with the camera. Okay, the second book. Let me do this. The next two books are advanced readers. The books, I believe, both of these that I'm about to show you have been published as of the 2nd of September. New books are typically put out on Tuesdays. This one was a surprise to me. Some part of me, I typically will grab a fiction book, read the first sentence of the first page, and see if it's something I'm interested in. And usually I don't. There's a couple genres that I usually just don't even bother because they're not my thing. And these two books were them, and it's I don't know. Something got into me one day, but this book is a romance, and that's not usually the kind of books that I pick up or read. But I tried to read this today, and I just, not for me, for other people. But it is the book that is out as of this past Tuesday by Zach Hammett. See You at the Finish Line. And this is the advanced reader edition, so it might be different than the final one. We have two masked people in a boat with a large building behind them and the blue sky with some clouds and some green leaves. And Zach Hammett's name is written in white text, and then in bigger yellow text we have the title, See You at the Finish Line. And this is published by Zondo Books on September 2nd, 2025. And let's give it a listen. These just typically aren't my kind of books, and this wasn't really mine. But on the back it says, Heartthrob George wants to prove he's smart enough to graduate. Nerdy Lucas wants to finally ask his crush out. They strike a deal to get what they want, but they may accidentally splash into a romance together in this queer sports rom-com. They spelled romance like romance. Really not my kind of thing. And I don't read the backs of books before I read them, because usually they give too much away when it's a fiction book. But yeah, I gave it a go, and I read this first line. Ready? It's Lucas. Don't look outside the boat. That's all I can think right now. Don't look outside the boat. It's a shame, since I must have the best view in the house. To the left of me, the Oxford crew are poised in menacing silence. Behind them, a small flotilla of boats containing the umpire, TV crew, and various VIPs. That's when I put it down. And also I saw the word flotilla, and I just associate that with the flotilla to Gaza right now. And I was like, this is not my book, but maybe this is a book you would be interested in, and it's published. So maybe you'll find in a little free library near you. My camera keeps dying, or running out of storage. I have to do something about that. Okay, and then the next book is a book that I usually don't pick up these kind of books, and I tried to give this one a try, and it just wasn't for me. It's called Artificial Wisdom, a novel by Thomas R. Weaver. And the background is a dark purple color with gold lettering and like a Greek bust maybe that's kind of melting on the one side. And it's published by Del Rey, and this is the advanced reader edition, but the regular published edition, it was out as of September 2nd, 2025. Let's give it a listen. It does sound good. This is like a thriller book, and I don't really read thrillers, and it's like exploring climate change and AI, and I'm interested in reading books about climate change, not really so much about AI, so this probably wasn't a win-win for me. But on the inside of these advanced readers, sometimes there's a letter from the editor to help convince a bookstore to sell these books, for example. So this one says, from Anne Groel, the executive editor at Del Rey. Dear reader, I'm so excited to welcome you to the world of Thomas R. Weaver's Artificial Wisdom, a genre-defying thriller in the vein of Blake Crouch and Neil Stephenson that explores artificial intelligence, the climate crisis, and global politics in ways both prescient, I've never seen that word before, and terrifying, but at the same time reminds us of the best that humanity can be. So this, I tried to read it. It wasn't for me. Maybe it's for you though. The first page is like this little blurb. It says Kuwait City, and it says, she held her swollen belly and rolled over, the hot tarmac sticking to her face. Oh, my child. She looked up, and the sun blinded her last moments. Oh, my love. Didn't like the writing of that. And then this takes place in London, July 1st, 2050. And the only sentence that I read before I put this book down was, Marcus Tully pitched the tumbler as hard as he could at the screen. I was like, this isn't for me. So this will go into the Little Free Library because the book is now published. And maybe someone will really like this book, but it's not for me. So those are the 3 books that I wanted to share with you today. They're all going in a Little Free Library, so stay tuned.